Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Leslie and today we are going to make a haunted bookshelf. So I got a lot of Waffle Flower products here because they had a sale going on. So I'm just going to show you what I got. A little butterfly sampler, that's so cute. I got the shelves die because I'm into books, and so I've had my eye on these book dies for a while, and since they went on sale I decided to snatch them. I love that it has the outside and inside of all these different shaped books, and one of the things I didn't know about Waffle Flower is that it comes on a magnetic sheet, so I don't have to repurpose or re-put them on my own. Plus they're already cut out. So Waffle Flower, you kind of seem expensive to me, not anymore, because you do like a bunch of work for me and I love it. So just showing you, I did get that additional die as well. I did get the big books as well, but apparently I forgot where I put those when I was doing this video, so I'm not using them today. That's why I wasn't showing you. But and then I did get a grip mat. I am so excited about this grip mat. I'm excited to use it for stenciling and everything, so let's get started here. Oh, no, I'm also using Queen & Co.'s Foundation Halloween dies to make my bookshelf scary. Or spooky. Not really scary, but you know, I like the spooky cute. If you've watched any of my Halloween videos here, you kind of get that vibe from me. I'm into cute, spooky Halloween, not gory Halloween. So now let's get started here. I have to unbox or unveil my Waffle Flower grip mat. It does come with these ruler grids for you. I am not using that today just because I do have my my glass mat underneath this. I would suggest using it though if you're specifically lining up like your cards to get them straight and all that kind of thing. And then it also comes with another plastic liners on the sticky, just to keep your mats clean in between uses. So this mat is extremely sticky. Like you see me tugging and tugging with getting the plastic off. Being brand new, that's what you come to expect. I was worried about how it was going to affect my cardstock when I would go to remove it, but as you'll see later in the video, I had absolutely no trouble getting that cardstock off. So it's probably just the plastic on it. Just, you know, they want it to make sure it sticks. Okay, I am starting off with some blue cardstock. I don't know the name, guys. I pick up like bulk packs at Hobby Lobby or Amazon, so I don't know specific names. But I am going to ink blend a little bit with the Simon Says Stamped Positively Saturated ink. I'm using Royal, Earl, and I believe charcoal. Yep, charcoal. Now, I am going to speed up the ink blending portion because I am a very slow ink blender, but I did want you to see how this, my ink actually sticks to this mat as well, and it was not letting go. Like I was able to get it off, no problem, but if you don't have those silicone mats that hold your ink, I don't have that yet, this is a great replacement for it because these my ink pads, it was stuck there. Like it did great. I barely had to hold on. Like I hold on because that's habit, but I didn't need to. And then I am starting out with the Royal here. I just kind of want to create some depth to the backdrop because it's pretty much just going to be like a wall, but I want it spooky because we got Halloween going. I did notice with my Earl, it wasn't quite dark enough to really do a lot after I put that Royal on to it. So I just kind of swooshed it around and then just moved on to charcoal to give me that spookier, darker vignette, that thing that I got going on here. Now, I will say it's a bit of a learning curve to use the Waffle Flower mat with ink blending like I am, just because your brush kind of gets stuck a little bit on the sticky, but I loved it. It kept my paper. I can't wait to use it with stencils. It's fantastic. And then see, the paper comes right off, had no issues whatsoever with that, and then I just washed off my mat with some soap and water. Not even soap. I think I just used water because of the ink I was using. So then I did a ton of die cutting, guys. I didn't know how many books I was going to want, what would fit. I did a bunch of the Halloween little things that could go on the shelves. You'll kind of see me I'm just going to play and see what I like. I don't use all the pieces. I don't use all the books. I don't use all the little Halloween creatures there. I just mix and match. There are a couple of those add-on dies that I do have to put together. The pot is one of them. It comes with the pot and the plant. I was trying to go for a creepier, like almost dead looking plant, and I think I like the color that came out. A lot of the mixed paper I did use, it came from scrapbook.com. I will post it down below. It was one of the month's freebie, or one of the week's freebie. If you spent $20, you got a free paper pad that was a Halloween version. I will link that down below because I realized that I didn't show you guys what that is, and I can't remember what it's called for the life of me right this moment. So here I'm just showing you the different books. I did realize the little insert, like the diamonds in the circle, do pop out real easily. So then I started using tape so that it would stay together, just so I wouldn't lose the little pieces. But you take the solid book, there's like 4 books on the die. You take the solid one and you use it behind the ones that have the openings. Now, you can then replace the openings with like a different color or something along those lines, which I do for some of the books, but for the most part, you can just do this, have the 2 layers and be done, which I did do in several of them. And then they also have the line down books, where then you see the paper. I love the detail that Waffle Flower put into this, because you see the little lines to kind of show you that it's paper. And so that you just glue those in the middle as well. I personally, I'm not exactly sure if I just did it the way I wanted to do it, or this is the way you're supposed to do it. But I did line up that right edge with the right edge of the book, so that it doesn't look like there's book around the paper. It just looks straight paper, if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Guys, just comment. I'm just... If you love books, comment that you love books, okay? And then that creates the little lay down book. Those are the 2 different kinds that I'm using for the bookshelves today. Like I said, there's a bunch of different ones. You could have a completely open book. You can have just a bunch of different versions, and I love them all. I'm here for it. And then I am showing you all the little booklets here. And then I'm going to speed this video up, because this is me. I didn't go in with a plan. You see the only one that I was like, I'm going to have this dripping. So it looks like the pot is boiling over with, whatever witch's brew is happening. That was the only thing that I'm like, I want this on here. And I wanted the plant. But here I'm just going to start by getting the shelves down. And this is where I make my first mistake, because I wanted the webbing. And you'll see me pull it up a bit to get that web on there after I realize what I did. But this is the problem with, you go into these cards not knowing exactly what you're going to do, and you just kind of wing it. And sometimes you mess up and have to fix it. So I'm just using my glass mat to kind of line up those shelves as straight as possible. The shelves themselves kind of have a little bit of a curve to them, and then my stuff never straight, guys. But that's where I realized that I wanted the webbing behind the shelf, and so I had to pull up the shelf a little bit. It did tear the paper a little bit, you see that, but not enough that it made a big deal. And then I decided to put some charcoal ink on the web just to kind of give it a little bit more depth. And then I will just glue the part of the shelf back over the web. So it wasn't a big deal. That's why I use liquid glue, or, it's paper, guys. I could have die cut another shelf if I needed to. But this worked out perfect, because it didn't rip it in a way that I couldn't fix it. So that is just me getting it all together. And that glue does dry clear. So again, not that big a deal that you're seeing some glue. But that kind of gives me a starting point. And then I decided I do want more webbing. So I decided to put more of that charcoal, Simon Says Stamps Positively Saturated Ink. Seriously, is there a shorter way to say that? Let me know. And then glue. Yay! My glue was getting real low. I think I ended up refilling it during this card project because it was getting so empty. But I wanted it to look like the webbing was attached to the shelves. That's why I'm making sure those points are connected. And then I do cut off the edges, and then I reuse that for the bottom. So didn't have to do a completely another web die cutting. I just had to use my leftovers. Use your scraps, guys. Use them. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love books, and I already know who this card is going to. She's a very good, best friend of mine, and she practically has a library in her basement. She's more obsessed with books than I am, and so this one is going to her. So if she's watching this video, you're welcome. But here I am just kind of figuring out where I want the little Halloween stuff. Do I want the cat? Do I want the hats? Do I want, what do I want kind of thing? And I'm just playing around. And then once I get it all set up, you'll see that here in a little bit. Playing around with it probably took me like 20 minutes because I'm just like, I wanted the cat, but then it wasn't quite working. And then I wanted some laying down and some up, some kind of tipping over kind of thing. I mean, there is so much ways to play with this set. I mean, you could turn this into a bookshelf for Christmas. You can turn it into just a plain happy birthday bookshelf, like if you like books, kind of thing. Or you can make it just a hello bookshelf. I'm making it a Halloween bookshelf. I mean, there is so much you could do with these dies. So I'm super excited to have them, and you will be seeing other videos throughout the years with all these different things. So this is my final look. I am popping up a couple of those Halloween elements with some foam tape. I want the ghost to kind of look like it's coming out of the pot. So I wanted to pop him up. And then again, I'm kind of having to rip and snuggle the ghost into that pot there. The bat has glue just on the body, and then the wings are up. Folded up, so there's a little bit more dimension there, and then the spider also has some foam tape on it. So just showing you how I kind of figure out coloring as well. I knew that I wanted a couple borders for my card, so I'm just kind of figuring out the coloring there. I did end up going with a darker shade of the orange, just because I felt like it went better. And that orange does have some linen texture on it, just to kind of make it just a little bit more detail on this. I am letting the bat's wing kind of fly off the edge. It doesn't fly off the card completely. It just flies off the original border. That is where I ran out of my ATG sticky tape. I still don't know what that name that tape. My adhesive tape is. But so I had to replace that, and then I am just going to put it on a white base because you don't see the white from the front, and it just makes it easier to write in the middle, and then that way I can use my orange pen and really make it like Halloween. But this card, guys, this is a 5x7. So usually I make the normal A2 sizes, but I wanted at least 3 shelves, which on an A2 size gets real snug real fast. And because I wanted to put a bunch of stuff on the shelves, I decided to go with a 5x7 card. I don't even know if I have a 5x7 envelope, so she might just be handed this card, which is fine. I usually hand my shaker cards to people. I don't, mailing shaker cards is kind of hard, but she might be another one that just doesn't get it in the mail. It's fine. It's still fun. And then here is where I'm going to kind of adjust my stamp. So what I want it to say is that here for the books instead of the booze. So I do have a stamp that says here for the booze. So I'm trying to hide or cover up the S, which is really hard to do with this little stamp. As you can see here, I did get a little bit of the S, but it's fine. When I go to put the white powder on it, this is just the Ranger white embossing powder, you see it does kind of cling to that S a little bit, but I just end up taking one of my brushes. These are just normal paint brushes that are clean, and just wiping that off. So you'll see me work on that here. And then I also use my sharp pointy tool to get any little tiny details off, just because my brushes tend not to get everything off, and I'm not a perfectionist. Things aren't perfect, but I try my best. And then I did have another stamp that said something spook. Yeah, something spook. I don't know what it says, but I was going to use the OK for it. But then I went, oh, and then I'll have to do an S. And you know what? I have distress embossing pins. So why not just write it in? It'll be fine. It'll be close enough to the type, because this type is kind of real easy to fix. And so I just wrote it in, and then I used my pointy tools to make sure that it looked clear. And I think it came out great, guys. I think it worked perfectly. And then I'm just getting some of that powder off of my cardstock there. So, and then we are going to cut it down, because I didn't want the whole black space, and I didn't have a smaller little talk bubble. You use what you have, guys. Use what you have, and then MacGyver it. I mean, it's perfect. See? And then I'm going to bump that up with foam tape as well. And I want it to look like the ghost is saying that he's here for the books. You know, here for the books. Sorry. So just trying to figure out, and then I got glue on myself. That was great. Where I kind of want it positioned, because I want him to say it, but I didn't want to hide like a lot of the books and the plant. So it ended up working. You can still see the plant. It's close enough. And then I'm just using my acrylic block to really get that pushed down. And then, of course, because you can't make cards without having bling, I brought out my honeybee stamps gems, and I am putting the orange color everywhere. I'm putting it everywhere, guys. There's some at the bottom. There's some with the sentiment. There's some just in any of the negative space. And then I decided it needs more. So I put it on the drips with the cauldron. I wonder what the witch's brew there is. I mean, does she know it's bubbling over? I'm just saying. And then this is just me going, where else do I need bling? I need all the sparkle. I love sparkle. It's so pretty. And then we are going to show the card. This is my final card, guys. I love it. I love it. It came out exactly how I envisioned it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. Let me know. Hit the like button, hit the bell button, subscribe. There's going to be more videos. I'll see you next time. Bye.